Good evening again. Tonight I have the distinct pleasure of reporting on the conclusion of a rigorous search process for our next middle school, high school principal. Before sharing my recommendation to the board, I want to thank Dr. Linehan for his years of service. His steady leadership is appreciated by the board, community, students, and staff. Replacing him proved no easy task. As he shared his plans with the district early, we could get ahead of the other districts and meet with impressive candidates. To capture this slate of candidates, the district conducted an initial screening of applicants organized by a small committee for a blind review of resumes, which means all names were taken off and blacked out, and invited 9 candidates in for an interview with representatives of our bargaining units. So each unit decided who would be coming as part of this process. They came up with 2 finalists through a very rigorous process. There was a rubric, and then they measured strengths and weaknesses, and they talked and they voted. I was not in that part, but 2 finalists met with me, and a single finalist was sent to the Board of Education for final approval. In addition to a series of questions aligned with stakeholder feedback as to what the community, faculty, and student body expected from the leader, our finalist presented a performance task in which he led a simulated training on innovative teaching practices. It is a pleasure to introduce Mr. Rodney Arthur, who is joined tonight by his families and friends. This is a celebration. Our search committee had very high standards, and they were highly impressed with Mr. Arthur's philosophy and dedication. During the interview process, he quickly rose to the top of the pack. In conversations with Mr. Arthur, his references also spoke very eloquently of his great successes in their school. His interviews stood out because of the rich content and substance. He doesn't just talk the talk, he walks the walk. Again, his references spoke to his unwavering work ethic and his high standards he holds for students, staff, and most importantly, himself. Mr. Arthur has worked in large, diverse districts and led change in complicated systems. He has sought out our small district for a sense of community, warm teaching staff, and academic prestige. He knows with this staff, this board, and this administration, and this community, he can lead the district in his schools to higher levels. I am especially excited about his experience with the International Baccalaureate program. Some of you might have recalled, we spoke about this as a board when I first came. It's a worldwide educational program founded to provide students the opportunity to receive a rigorous, connected education. It really is very much a pre-college program. It's a bit expensive. We may not be doing that right away, but in his interview with the board, he had ideas on how we could get there and put some of those initiatives into our schools. The courses offered are intended to develop students' intellectual, emotional, personal, and social skills. And he talked about the skills that students really need for college in the 21st century and how he could use a lot of what he knows about the IB program with our students to raise all students to very high levels. In his presentation to the search committee, he scaffolded teachers' use of divergent questioning through the use of question starters and discussion protocols. Within the framework of IB, he shared command terms like analyze, clarify, and interpret. Because you know that is what not only colleges, but businesses want students to be able to do, to ensure students are being intensely pushed to the depths of concepts learned in their classrooms. Dr. Linehan and our staff have set a high bar. The hardworking teachers of Tuckahoe deserve an experienced building leader who has been tested in many different districts. Our students deserve an instructional visionary who sees their potential. Our community deserves a principal who is dynamic, forward-thinking, and accessible. After a series of interviews, performance tasks, and professional reference checks, I am confident that Mr. Arthur is the leader that we need in Tuckahoe Middle School, High School. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, well, let's make it official. Resolved, the Board of Education of Tuckahoe Union Free School District, on the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, appoints Rodney Arthur as principal of the Tuckahoe Middle School and Tuckahoe High School in the tenure area of principal, with a 3-year probationary appointment effective July 1, 2023 through June 30, 2026, at an annual salary of $200,000 per year for the 2023-2024 school year. Mr. Arthur holds lead evaluator, school district administration, school building administration, and special education K-12 certifications. Do I have a motion? Lori, second. Cynthia, all in favor? All right. I want to just welcome you and your family, your beautiful family, to our district. On behalf of the entire board and the community, we're very excited to have you. Welcome to our family. Yep.
Good evening, everyone. Yes, I do have that voice of a principal. First of all, I just want to, before I even thank the board and the community, I just want to give a real shout out to John and Samantha for an excellent presentation. And certainly one day maybe my daughter Camila and Samantha may be on the same campus at Indiana University. So, yes, again, good evening, Board President Casson and Vice President Benke, Board Trustees, Dr. Goodman, members of the Tuckahoe community. I'm honored and humbled to stand here before you as the next principal of Tuckahoe Middle High School. I'm joined tonight by my wife of many years, Dr. Tanya Lau Arthur, my daughter Camila, my son Marcus, former colleagues and friends. I would like to thank, I'm not sure she made it, but I would like to thank Kathy Hope for being here. Kathy, her father, served faithfully. His name was John Ventura, served faithfully as the Tuckahoe principal at Cuddles Elementary School, as well as superintendent of schools during the 1960s. I'd also like to thank Ms. Roseanne Cachone, who's here with her son Anthony, another dear friend of mine who grew up in Tuckahoe on Ridge Street and attended the Immaculate Conception Church. While I did not grow up in Tuckahoe, my friends did, and shared with me their experiences, and I thank them for that. Like so many members of the Tuckahoe community, according to my friend Roseanne, my experience is somewhat similar. My family, I was not born here. I was born in England and grew up in Trinidad, and I came here in 1979. From dedicating myself to hard work and scholarship and dreaming about that American dream, I stand here before you. Dreams do come true. Some may ask, why did I apply to be the principal of Tuckahoe Middle High School? It's quite simple. Tuckahoe is a vibrant community known throughout Westchester County as a close-knit community where everyone knows everyone. It's with the school community that where students feel safe, respected, nurtured, which is a very strong word, encouraged, and well known by the faculty and staff. It is a community filled with committed educators who are dedicated to their craft and their love of children. It is a community where the school board works in partnership with the superintendent of schools to ensure excellence for all. This is the reason why I applied to be the principal of Tuckahoe Middle High School. I'm looking forward to build strong, authentic relationships with the faculty and staff, with students and their families. I'm also looking forward to work closely with the school board, Dr. Goodman, members of the leadership team, the faculty and staff, to implement the various components of the strategic plan and the board's goal and mission. As a principal, I look forward to using my experience supervising an international baccalaureate program, my background in special ed, to explore additional course offering for our students, to advance our project-based learning opportunity for students, and ensuring that all of our scholars are challenged and prepared to meet the demands of an ever-changing world. As I complete my 20th year working as an administrator, I should say, I would like the Tuckahoe community to know that I'm a passionate educator who promises to serve children and their family faithfully. I have high expectations of myself and for those I supervise. I believe in accountability, and I will never compromise on making the best decision for our scholars. I have an open door policy, and I look forward to building relationships with all stakeholders. As the late Rita Pearson once said, every child deserves a champion, and I intend to be the champion for our children. Thank you.
Thank you.